You hurriedly ran, going to the kitchen after hearing something breaks. Ko, don't move, you might get hurt, you said, and immediately pulled him to the area where there was no broken plate. You brought him to the table and made him sit. Why? What do you need? Why did you come here to the kitchen? He started biting his nails and saying, I'm hungry. You should tell me. You don't need to break anything. Next time, just tell me, okay? He nodded and bowed his lips. What do you want to eat? He looks at you and answers, pancakes. You pat your head and say, pancakes with banana slice and chocolate syrup, right? As she smiles. You stay there. I'll make you a pancake. I'm going to eat chocolate like crabs. Who are you, Wyatt? You are married to the person in front of you named Georgia. Your grandparents and his fixed marriage. You both don't know each other. Your first meeting is on the day you two were told that you will get married. You often didn't talk and felt awkward with each other. You just felt it. It became normal for you that you always had cold come out of him. At first, you don't understand him, since you were doing everything to make the marriage successful, until you found out that he has a trust issue after his first love cheated on him. After you know what he went through, you understand him better. Maybe he has a hard time trusting someone, especially you, who suddenly appeared in his life like a mushroom. You are hoping that if you show him that you can be trusted, the time will come he will realize that not all people or women can't be trusted. Little by little, Jungkook slowly opened his heart to you. But one day, suddenly his behavior changed. Sometimes he acted like a kid, and sometimes he becomes aggressive. And when you brought him to the doctor, you found out that your husband has a mental illness. Your world collapsed at that time. When everything slowly went well, then that happened. It came to the point that you blame yourself. What if he became depressed after he married you, since the doctor said his mental illness was due to depression? The doctor said, which is also his cousin, that he has a good chance of recovery with proper medication and attention. You promise to yourself that no matter what happens, you will not leave Jungkook in good time and bad times. After work, you will go home immediately to watch over him. Well, you have nothing to worry about since Auntie Jane, who is his nanny since he was young, was there to take care of him while you were gone. But still, you wanted to be hands on when it comes to him so you can focus on his improvement. You sat in front of him while watching him eating his favorite pancakes until he looked at you. YN, said him, looking into your eyes. You smiled and felt relief because you know he's back to normal again. You can see it from his eyes when he is normal and when his illness will attack. Do you love me? His question made you surprised, but since you didn't want to confuse him, you didn't hesitate to answer. Of course I love you. He looked down and seems he's thinking something. But why? Why you love me? He added. You held his chin and lifted to look at you. Though I need a reason to love you, well, I don't have a reason. I just feel it. But I'm crazy. No, no, don't say that. You are not crazy. I will do everything to make you okay. You will trust me, right? He didn't answer, which you understand. Continue to eat, you said instead, as he nodded and took a bite of the pancake. After work, you went to your sister's restaurant before going home. You sat and rested your chin on the table. What's wrong? Why you look so down? Oni, do you think Jungkook became like that because of me? I mean, because I became his wife? What are you saying? Stop blaming yourself and feel guilty. You did nothing wrong. All you did is you just love him. You sigh and look at the table where you first saw Jungkook before. Jungkook enters the office and sits on the chair when his cousin came, who is also his doctor that he asked for help about his fake illness. Does YN know that you came here to your office when she's at work? No. I'm sure she'll be suspicious if she found out that I'm still working. Young, do you think my wife really loves me, like she said? If she didn't love you, do you think she will stay by your side, even if she knows you are crazy? Although you are just pretending, but still she knows you have a mental illness. But look at her, she still stayed by your side. Is it possible to fall in love with a stranger? Look, we didn't know each other, then we got married. We never date even once. So how did she fall in love with me? From the start, YN is so nice to me. But why? I understand that you don't trust people easily because of your trust issues. But when true love came to your heart, even if there is no reason, you will love that person because that is what makes your heart beat. How about you? Don't you have feelings for your wife? I made myself believe that I don't like her, but every time I feel her care for me, my heart is going to explode. Then how long will you do this? Pretending to be crazy. So you will know if YN's true feelings for you is real. You have been doing this for almost 2 weeks. Maybe it's time to stop now and tell her the truth before it's too late. You need to consider her feelings too. By the way, I came here to tell you that YN went to my office yesterday. She looks frustrated. Do you know how your wife feels? She condemned herself that it was her fault why you became like that. She felt guilty and sinner. While you were testing her, you don't know the wound in her heart was also getting deeper. Rescue her, Jungkook, before something happened to the person who truly loves you. You left your work early today, so when you get home, Jungkook isn't there, since he's still at the office. You look for him, but you can't find him. You start panicking and worrying, what if something bad happened to him? You ask Auntie Jane, and the old woman said Jungkook left after you left this morning. That made you even trigger. You go out of the house and look around. You don't know what to do and who to call until car is coming. You just burst in tears when you saw Jungkook was driving the car. You immediately went to him, and the moment the car stopped, you just opened the door and hugged him. Jungkook was really surprised to see you crying nonstop while hugging him. Where did you go? What if you forgot the way? What if you lost? You said and held his shirt tightly out of fear. That time Jungkook realized how scared you of losing him. And that's when he convinced himself that you really love him. He hugged you back while feeling guilty for what he did. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, YN, if I didn't trust you. I'm sorry if I was selfish. I never think that you would be affected too. You broke the hug and tilted your head, confused by what he said. What are you saying? I don't understand. The truth is, I don't have a mental illness. I just pretended to test if you really love me. You can't believe yourself on what you heard. You love him with all your heart, but he still managed to doubt on you. You understand him because he has a trust issues, but pretending to be crazy just to test if you really love him is too much. You push him in anger because you felt betrayed, but he comes to you again and tried to hug you, but you just push him again and again. Do you know I was blaming myself that maybe I was the reason on what happened to you? I neglected myself because my brain is focusing on you. I'm sorry. I know it's my fault. You went inside the house and took your car key. You get inside of your car and start the engine, but Jungkook tried to stop you to talk. Don't try to stop me. I'm so angry. It's like my head exploding in anger. I'm so devastated. I want to be alone. I don't want to fight with you because I don't know what harsh words I'm going to tell you. And that's what I'm avoiding. Since I know when I say those hurtful words, I can't take that words back. So please just leave me alone. Okay, I won't stop you. But just tell me, where are you going so I know where to find you? I'm going to my sister. You always ask me if I love you. Now, I'm the one who's going to ask you the same question. Do you love me, Jungkook? I know you won't believe me, but yes, I love you. At the beginning of our relationship, no. But later on, I fall in love with you. You gaze on him and close the door and drive the car fast. You haven't been outside the village when you receive a text from him. I know you're angry with me, but please drive slowly. I already called your sister that you're going to her. After 45 minutes, you arrive at the restaurant with your sister as she greeted you with a hug. My poor YN, are you okay? You tried to hold your tears and just hug her. Jungkook called me earlier and he told me the truth. I understand what you feel. If you're not ready to forgive him, well, that's a normal since that jerk hurts you. You're welcome to my house. It's been 3 days since you left Jungkook's house. You just read his text, but you don't answer his every call and text. Now, you started missing him, but you are still in pain for what he did to you. Honestly, you are not ready to forgive your husband. Jungkook sitting near the pole, hoping that this time you will face him. It is 15 times that he went back to your sister's house, but you really didn't face to him. I'm sorry, Ko, but still she didn't want to talk to you. He looked down and say, "It's okay, Nuna. I will come back again." Wait, can we talk? Sure, Nuna. Do you know, I'm really angry with you for what you did to YN. Okay, I understand you never trust someone just like that. But you should consider that not all people can't be trusted. Fine, your ex cheated on you, but not all women are cheaters. Do you know that YN loves you even before? What do you mean? Are you familiar with Cream Line Restaurant? Of course, I usually go there. I know, but I'm certainly sure you don't notice us there. Since every time you go to my restaurant, you always is spacing out and doesn't care for your surroundings. That's where YN first saw you. That brat fell in love with you at first sight. My sister just watching you from the distance worrying about you. Why you look sad? What really happened to you? That brat loves you, even she still doesn't know that you will be her husband. Jungkook's jaw dropped when he heard Claire, and now he understands even more if you hate him so much for following you. Now, I will ask you, just to be honest with me, do you love my sister? Yes, I love her. Then, what's your plan now? I'm going to win her heart again, but this time, I'll show the real me. Good. Don't worry, I'll talk to her. But I'm warning you, if you hurt her again, I myself will take my sister from you. Don't worry, Nuna. I learned my mistake. I really regret what I did. This time, I won't let lose the person who loves me unconditionally. Next day, when you entered the office, you saw your desk full of bouquet of flowers. Whose flower is this? You asked your office mate. For you, it's under your name, he replied. You're about to open the card to know who it was from, but another delivery guy came. Ma'am YN, this is for you. This time, he handed you a bunch of chocolate. You are really curious who sent that to you, so you read the message. Hi, my name is Jun Jungkook. Can I invite you on a date? To be continued tomorrow.